Perryville, Missouri, part of Perry County, just 2 hours south of St. Louis. With a population of 8,200, Perryville was established in 1815 and is the home of Jay Stortz and Stortz Racing. Jay doesn't have any quit in him. I think he would work 24/7 if he could. Jay has a loving family. He has a great relationship with his kids. Jay has a great support chain when it comes to racing from his family and also his staff.
Well, this is my 29th year. I quit school when I was 16 and went full bore with it. I bought my first truck when I was 13. You know, we didn't have no income coming in because Dad was sick in the hospital, and I was getting the mail, and we had bills coming in, and it was just him and I living there at the house. And I had older drivers that worked for my dad and stuff, and well, they didn't show up. I skipped school a couple of days, and I brought the truck to St. Louis and did it myself. Yeah, it's a little bit illegal, you know, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, when this first came out, you know, they started, you know, with the COVID stuff and shutting all the businesses down and what was essential, wasn't essential, and I want to make sure my guys were still receiving a paycheck, you know, because them and their families, they depend on me to have an income. So somehow they said we are essential, which I didn't agree with. We're not really essential workers, but we work outside. I wish that's how they would have kind of put it, you know. But oh well, it worked out, and here we are. I actually had my top year in business. Just have a lot of clients, you know, and then I do. I think we've got somewhere around 150 something to 160 gas stations now that we do the package firewood for, the bundles. You know, we go all the way to Knoxville, Tennessee. You know, Kentucky, Illinois, you know, locally here in Missouri. And we do a little over 100 restaurants actually for the Cherry and Hickory for the Smoking Woods, you know, for barbecue restaurants. So huge Cardinal fan, I always was. You know, they play 81 home games at Busch Stadium, and you know, I used to go to at least 20 games a year, take all my guys to the games, you know, at least once a year, you know, get a room or get what they call Powerade Bridge, where it's all inclusive, drinks and food, and just have a good time with all the guys and their spouses for the company. And my whole basement is all Cardinals. You know, I'm still a big Cardinals fan. I'm back to watching baseball all the time. Daniel Hoeckele Racing, actually, it's Chastity's husband. Future son-in-law, you know, we kind of travel together just about every race. If the ladies don't go, we ride together actually a lot and just take one vehicle, one trailer, whatever. But we travel with each other at every race, help each other out as much as possible. You know, give each other a little bit of feedback on stuff. Sounds like I should listen to him a little bit more with my last 2 weeks of driving. So, but is what it is. It's all in fun. You know, I root for him probably more than I root for myself, to be honest with you. I think it was 2017 or 18 finals. I went. Some friends tried getting us to go, and I'm like, no, man, I'm not going. I'm working. You know, I'll never take off work. I'm working. And he's like, man, just go. It'll be a good time. I said, tell you what, you go camping with us over Labor Day weekend out the lake. And I said, I'll take off and I'll go down there. You know, even though I go camping, I usually leave. I get up at 4 in the morning and leave from the lake and then go to the house and jump in the truck and go to the city and work every day. But well, we went to the races and I just thought it was amazing. It was great. I liked the thrill of it. And after that, I was pretty much hooked. Immediately on the way back, I was looking for buggies to buy. That following weekend, I was at Daniel's and Matt Schistler was there, and I told him I was looking at buggies, and I found another buggy to look at. I just didn't want to drive 5 hours or 4.5 hours to go look at it, but it seemed really good, just more money than I wanted to spend. And Matt's like, what buggy is it? And I told him Showstopper 2.0, and he's like, well, what kind of money? And I told him, he said, well, you're crazy if you don't buy it. He said, hands down, it's a way better deal, and the parts are already there. He said, yeah, it may need a few things. He said, but your money ahead buying that versus the other one. So I drove out to Anthony's, and I bought the buggy. I drove it for like 2 minutes and pulled it on the trailer. After the deal with Wes, it was a no-brainer. You know, everybody's like, oh, my gosh, that's a lot of money. And I'm like, guys, we spent $1,200, $1,300 on one wheel and tire. You know, it's $1,000 for the suppression system. You know, as soon as the deal with Wes and then Joy Cudmore, I believe it was, came to the next race and did that demonstration, and I got his card, and immediately I ordered one for Showstopper, and then I ordered, because I was having another buggy built, and ordered one for the new buggy as well.
way to Texas, we linked up with drivers Timmy Cameron, Brandon Davis, Clint Garrison, and Daniel Hoeckele. Other than a flat tire that Daniel got from running over some debris in the road, our trip was pretty uneventful. While we stopped to change the flat, we got some attention from the local mall security. They were definitely impressed with the buggies and wished us good luck. We stopped for dinner, enjoyed each other's company. When we arrived in Texas, it was cold, but the boys were ready to race.
Got Nick here to tell us about a new video series that he has started with some of our drivers.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Highway to the Hill is a project that Clyde and I have kind of put together. It's an idea of getting behind the scenes with all of our drivers, no matter what class, all classes, and we're gonna go out ahead of the race that we're about to be at, and for this episode, as you can see, we're going to be hanging out with the Perryville-mafia, Jay Stortz and Daniel Hoeckele. It was a great time. I'll just say
that could be dangerous.
I can't wait to share everything with you guys. It was a good time.
So that's going to go through the entire event. You traveled here with them. You shot some stuff at their house or shop or wherever you started.
Followed them to work. Followed them
here.
home. Followed them, to the toilet. No, I'm just joking. But
it's a very intimate program.
It is a very intimate show. If you guys caught the first episode with Danny Smith, it was kind of our pilot episode, and we went back and covered the entire 2021 season. For now, it's going to be just each race, okay? So we're going to follow a driver, a couple of always the season drivers, and we're going to follow them around, go to their work, go to their home, invade their space, and follow them to the race, and then follow them through the race, and win, lose, or draw. We want to bring the action to you guys. We want you to see another side of rock racing this year.
Right, because everyone sees the drivers when they're out here and they're in the buggy and they're on the podium or else talking about what they broke afterwards, but you don't really know who they are necessarily as people as well, their home life, their family life, what they do for work, any of that. So this is just kind of a behind the scenes, almost a like reality TV kind of view into like a day in the life or a day in the weekend of a, racer. And
I got to say, man, there isn't one of these drivers out here that don't have an amazing story to tell. I mean, all of them are extremely, they're amazing people. For sure.
We've talked before about maybe how tends to be some misconception around the sport and maybe whether it's just either like a bunch of rednecks out trashing their stuff or the opposite, a bunch of guys just throwing money away on an expensive rig or whatever. No. And it's really none of that. It's a whole lot in between though.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
We've got people and drivers, volunteers, pit crew members, family from all backgrounds. We talked about the variety of just kind of career and lifestyle that all the drivers come from, but they all have this one thing in common, and that's racing. So this is what Nick's doing is really cool, and I think it's going to be a great way for everyone to just get to know the drivers even better, get to know Nick even better, and the sport, and just what it is that brings us all out here.
Here we go, Mr. Jay.
Jay in 3, 2, 1. So SRS has UTV racing on Fridays, and I've always liked racers, and I thought the class was pretty cool last year, so I thought I'd get involved and race it this year. We're there on Fridays usually anyways, and Daniel and I both decided to race it.
Off-road flags over to the ledge. This ledge is a bit sketchy.
I was like, it took me a minute to figure out what the fuck was going on.
Changed his mind. He's now doing it. And we're going to go gas. Yep, there we go.
Texas is pretty rough with them rocks, though, on them stock class UTVs. We ran the same thing that the unlimited class ran, and I knew stuff was going to break. Everybody's like, well, you didn't upgrade anything? I'm like, man, I'm not upgrading nothing until it breaks. I'm just going to run it till it breaks. I know it's going to break. I know I'll probably have some DNS, but I'm just going to run it till it breaks, and then I'll add parts as I go. So my main focus for doing that, or my main reason for doing that, is basically reaction time. I know we don't run the same courses, but sometimes we catch part of the course or whatever, but basically hand-eye coordination and reaction time for when I'm in the buggy, with speeds and turning and just thinking, being in race mode. So it getting me ready for Saturday. That's my whole reason. I know it'll be fun, but that's kind of my whole reason behind it. A lot of people don't think it makes sense, but to me, I feel like it does.
Hillside Live, the National Rock Racing Association's live coverage of racing on Fridays and Saturdays.
Basically all stock.
Yes, completely stock.
So all stock, basically bone stock except for the tree kickers.
Tree kickers in the cage. Yeah,
Oh, in a cage. Okay.
Thanks, Jake Pike.
Yeah, Jake Pike helped
Yep.
you out there. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Stock wheels and tires, stock suspension, stock A-arms, everything, radius rods, but now it's all bent and ready for an upgrade.
Yeah,
So I said I wasn't going to upgrade until it broke or bent, and now we're ready.
Here
So
we are.
Yeah.
Race
So-
number 1.
Yeah,
Tell-
that's all right.
Tell me about today's course.
It was rough, brutal, a lot of rocks, which is fine. I mean, I like it. Not sure I wanted to start the season off like that, but that's all right. It's fun. I started, got fourth on the first hill. I believe I was sitting in fourth after hill 1, and thought I'd take a different line for hill 2. I need to make up some time and try to get on the podium, and got a little air coming off of that.
You
Well, I
took
think I
the
skipped
line
a
all right.
ledge.
Yeah, you
I think I skipped a ledge and
Yeah.
and nailed the front left and folded it under. So, but it is what it is. It's racing. Now we'll upgrade and we'll be back. Hopefully, I'm here on Fridays anyways usually, so I figured we might as well race the stock class. I like driving razors and not really into hill killing on the razors. I done been down that with the girls and kids, and just it's part after part. But the stock class usually isn't as bad as the unlimited. So
And it's a lot of fun. getting
It
out
is
here.
fun.
Like I said, you're already here. You might as well have a good time
I'm
with it.
here, and it gives me. I know it doesn't make sense, but it gives me a little bit of outlook for Saturday.
Yeah.
For the big buggy. I know we're not racing the same stuff, but I'm working, trying to focus on reaction time, being quicker, figuring out
Yeah.
turns. I know
Yeah.
it's a different machine, total different courses, but just reaction time.
It still
so
hones those
Oh, yeah.
instincts and abilities for when you're in there and have to,
Yeah.
like you said, react quickly to something.
So-
And Tim Cameron says it all the time. He said there's no seat time like race seat time.
yeah, so I could strap in at the house. I could, I put my helmet on. I drive my buggy at the house and everything, and I got a couple little ledges and a little bit through the woods, but there's no timers, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's different.
I need to, honestly, I think God needs to buy a set of timers, set up a course, have somebody
Yeah.
video. That way, go back and see, hey, where can I make up time?
Yeah.
Where am I messing up? Where can I make
What
up
did
time?
I do
But,
wrong? Where can I improve?
Yeah, so I'm not sure I'll ever do that. I think we raced like 9 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
And then 15 or 14 out of the first
your
16.
time for
Yeah.
that was like the last 3 months. Like,
Well, we had to get the buggy back together,
well,
so.
yeah.
But
It's hard to squeeze it all in. Hey, what did you think of watching Daniel's run?
Daniel is crazy, so he don't stop either until the buggy completely stops. He ain't stopping. So
Yeah, I say it. A lot of people in the life, you're like, you can do it, buddy. They're cheering him on,
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
when you see the A-arm kind of hanging underneath the vehicle.
Right. Daniel's a good driver. I beat him today, probably for one of the very first times.
I was hoping he was going to actually be able to back up the hill.
I was
Yeah.
too,
Just
just because
for
it'd be
fun.
cool.
Just because it'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all good. So we razz each other a bit, but we cheer each other on. We want the best for each
Yeah.
other. So
And again, being your son-in-law also helps a little
yes.
bit.
Oh yeah.
You know? And again, part of that Perryville-mafia crew, there's about half a dozen guys come out and cheer
Yep.
each other on, help out.
Right.
But you don't even have to be from the same town. I mean, if you needed a bolt or I need something.
Absolutely.
Pretty much
That's-
all the guys in our sport are really because I tell everybody, I don't race you. I race the time clock. I don't
Correct.
care what your time is.
Yep.
If I have this is my idea of a good time and I set a good time, I'm happy that day.
Right.
Doesn't matter where I finish on the podium. It could be a really horrible time for everybody else. But if I did faster than I've ever ran on that course, or I complete something I've never always rolled over and broke
Right.
on. So that to me really means a lot. So it's kind of cool to see guys out running side by side. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. So and I got the Ranger here always with the tools for everybody to use. It's there for everybody.
I have many times.
So
Borrowed a spare tire before.
whatever works. So it's all good.
We had Nick up here at the very beginning of the show just chatting about the new video series, and
Yes.
you guys were are the stars of this episode, I guess. So what has that been like, having Nick travel with you, but having a camera on you?
Yeah, it's a little. I mean, it's a little different.
Do you feel like a reality TV star?
No, not at all. Not at all. I tried to be just normal as could be. You know, he actually went to work with me the other day, so you know, it was it was cool, but a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
All good.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All good.
Yeah, that'll be fun to watch when it comes
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.